I was hanging from the beam. My feet were tangled in a thick rope. I swung my body with all my strength. There was a small knife in my pocket. I reached for it. I brushed the steel handle. The knife slipped and fell to the floor. I stared up at the bulb on the beam. It was a tiny reminder not to give up. I forced myself to do a pull-up. My body swung like a pendulum. Each swing felt like a tug of war with gravity. My hips and the motion came together perfectly. I finally grabbed the post on the beam. I twisted the bulb free and smashed it. The glass became sharp in my hand. I used the shard to cut through the rope around me. Holding the shard, I climbed up slowly. I unhooked the rope at my feet. I dropped down and hit the hard floor. I stood and grabbed the fallen knife. I cut the rope around my ankles. I ran away from that awful place. The farm had shoes of every size hanging up. They looked like a silent warning. The next moment, the thugs drove back to the farm. They went into the barn. They found I was gone. They sent people to search everywhere. Meanwhile, I ran barefoot. Pain rose from my soles with every step. I had no sense of how far I'd run. I stayed sharp and alert the whole time. Soon I found an old, run-down house. I pushed the door and went inside. On the floor were a pair of worn shoes. There was also a length of cord. I tucked it into my pocket. I scrambled over a fence and kept running. Night was closing in. I climbed a tree to scout ahead. I saw flashes of light in the distance. I realized the thugs were over there. Late at night, I crept closer to them. I tried to take their weapons. I only found a box of ammunition. I tied the ammo into a bundle and set up a distraction. I dropped it from the tree into the fire. The flames caused a dangerous reaction. One of the thugs was badly hurt. I covered his mouth and nose to keep him silent. I took useful items from their backpacks. The next day, I tripped over something while running. It was a length of wire on the ground. A terrible idea entered my mind. I straightened the wire and set a hidden device in the path. I used my body to gauge how it would act. When everything was ready, I melted back into the trees. The plan was to lure them into the trap.